Michaela Weaver, Chief Executive of the Alcohol Coach, founder of the Calibration Shift. I'm here today to talk to you about willpower and why it just does not work when it comes to trying to stop drinking, stop smoking, stop overdoing, all of those things that kind of bring us down, bring us the misery in life, the stress and the strain. Willpower just doesn't work. Now, as a highly motivated, high achieving, highly aspirational individual, you will have a lot of willpower. You have used it your whole life to overcome obstacles, to get what you want, to be the way that you want to be, to achieve any self-improvements, any personal growth, to push through. You have used willpower. And that is laudable. And that is good. And that is all fine. Unfortunately, when it comes to the alcohol paradigm and the calibration shift, willpower doesn't work. In fact, it actually makes it harder. But you can still use it in the right way to help you make the shift, to recalibrate your life. It can be used, but not in the way that it is used for everything else. And willpower is kind of like a battery. You may be able to recharge it, but it runs out. And we can't recharge it quick enough before we find that we've done the very thing that we didn't want to do again. So what willpower does is it sets up a conflict between the part that wants to drink and the part that doesn't. Or just one, I've had a hard day. Oh, I've earned it. Oh, I'm feeling so stressed. This will help me. And you said you weren't going to do this. This morning when you woke up, you said you weren't going to drink again. Today, maybe forever. What's forever anyway? Why am I doing this? Come on, it's okay. Just one won't hurt. That internal conflict is part of the problem. And so willpower is part of that problem. And so stepping away from that and applying different techniques and processes is the way through the problem. Because when both sides of your mind want the same thing, now you're powerful. Now you're powerful. Have you ever been in this situation where you're kind of thinking about moving job or moving house or maybe even moving relationship, and you kind of, part of me wants to, and part of me doesn't. And you find that you're in limbo. That is a very uncomfortable place to be. Only when it comes to this conundrum, it's actually more uncomfortable. Because within it all, we find that we're constantly beating ourselves up. Why can't I do this? I'm such a failure. I must be weak. I look around at everybody else and they're all doing it fine. Why can't I drink the way they drink? Why can't I do life the way they do life? What's wrong with me? And we go back to, I got to use more willpower. So imagine that you are a fly. You would have seen the flies flying at the window trying to get out, right? What do? They fly at that glass pane. They hit it. They may drop down. And very soon they're doing the same thing again. Again and again and again. Now we could take that fly to willpower school. We could sit it down and we could give it a dressing down. Now, come on, fly, sort yourself out. Don't be so weak and pathetic. Just fly out the window. Just fly out to that sky where all the other flies are flying around. What's the matter with you? Come on. Man up, or should I say fly up. Let's get some steel about you. Come on. We could be compassionate and kind to the fly. It's okay, fly. Just try a bit harder. And so we can send that fly off to willpower school. We can send it to the fly gym so it can build up its little fly muscles and its little fly legs. We can do all that. We can big it up. So come on, fly at that window again. We can do all of those things. And what's going to happen when it flies back at that pane of glass? You betcha. It's going to hit its little fly head and it's going to fall down to the window ledge and land on its little fly arse. So you see, the thing is, what this fly doesn't know is that just above that pane of glass that it's been hitting human year after human year after human decade is actually an open window. It's wide open. You know, the panes at the top. All that fly needed to do was just to know that and fly straight through, out to the freedom of the big blue yonder. Everything it wanted was already there. It just didn't know that the way it had been going about trying to solve its problem was actually keeping it in the problem. I'm Michaela Weaver. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next time.